Hey. Welcome back. I don't even know. So, how's it going, everybody? They say it's the 888 portal. And uh, I wanted to talk about it. Just the 888 portal. It's weird, the number 888, or what they call like angel numbers or synchronicity numbers, and I'm just going with the synchronicity. I've already talked about like having guides, angels. Now I'm very aware of ancestors, because there's some things like, and I'll go all over the place. That's what you come to expect here. There's things, in my existence that I had no idea. I mean, I've got my beliefs and stuff, sure. And I've always believed a guide's looking out for me. That's just because of the weird existence that I've had. And on that, we'll go with the blue today. On that, there's been times where certain things took place and I paid attention, but I didn't really pay attention. I'm not drudging on the past. It's back there. But as they say, never forget. Unless it's something that we want you to forget. But I've got a memory of certain times, that things took place and these synchronicities were happening, but I didn't know about these synchronicity type things so much, and I didn't understand, which I don't fully understand this stuff yet, but fully understand these portals they talk about. And then it got me thinking of these doorways that we see in stone all over the place, and then they talk about these portals, and I was like, man, there's some kind of connection there. I'm not an expert. I'm just noticing some things, and then I hear some things, and then it's like, okay, well, what do we got going on here? What kind of things in your life can you look at and say, I saw this certain thing take place, or I saw this set of numbers, or I saw a bird that flew across, and all of these things are legit, man. Like, I want to tell you that right now. There is something about existence and what we get duped with through this and the special box in your house, to twist your perception around so that you're completely unaware of how to make your life better. And by no means is my life like woohoo. I'm just saying that I've started to notice some things because of, I believe, respect from ancestors, guides, God, the universe, the creators, the manipulators, the minions, if you will, of what we're doing, like kind of what we're doing. Again, not an expert. Allegedly, I have perceived some things, allegedly, that have altered my perceptions on our existence and how deep and intrinsic everything really is, and it's cool. It's really cool. A creator wants you to create, and then when you create something, you don't want to destroy it. If you create something, you want to see it flourish and do well. I mean, that's just something, maybe that's just ingrained like a worship gene, but I feel like that's something that you create children, you want them to do well. You create a vehicle, you want it to do well. You create a song, you want it to do well. You create art, you want it to be perceived well. I don't know, maybe that's a little out there. But what I'm getting at is there's been, to prove things to myself that like, okay, this is going on. I see things like, I got an overwhelming feeling once, And then I saw the numbers 888, and one of the eights was like broken. And at that moment, I turned to someone I was with, and I was like, man, something. And I was states away, in a new place. And I was like, something's not right. Like, something's trying to tell me something. And then kind of just blew it off. Like, it's just a weird thing I'm feeling. And I blew it off. Well, come to find out that there was a major event that took place in my existence at that time, in that place, at the moment that I had that feeling from that far away. And then it got me thinking here recently, like, they put up all these number things all over the place, and then right before 9/11 there was a huge spike on the number machines. So getting to that, if those machines were able to tap into that and pick that up before 9/11 took place, right before, it was a huge spike. You can Google it or YouTube it. And then also they did an investigation on children that were drawing buildings on fire and stuff supposedly weeks before the 9/11 took place. And I say that because of portals. How are we connected and everything, and having some proof, allegedly, that we connect in a way to be able to see this type of stuff or feel this type of stuff, and then how much of a connection do we really have to like an ether, to an Akashic record, to each other, to be able to sense, pick up that something's afoot, something's wrong or something's afoot, and what we can do to better ourselves and our ability to move through each existence that we're in, and take full advantage of these portals to reach to reach your best possible version of yourself. And there's, like anything, yin and yang, good and bad, up and down, black and white, and all that happy stuff. But there are those that don't want you to achieve that. And I'm not trying to be negative Nancy, I'm just, pointing out the facts here. And I've come to find that the more positive you are, usually the more negative people you run into. And that's not a you problem, it's not a them problem, it's just the way it is. The way that the design is set up to, checks and balances, I guess. And I bring this up again, these portals. So tonight's a portal, the 8/8 portal. We had an X-class flare, solar flare. And some of you might have felt it, depending on your implant. Some of you might have been able to tell that depending where you were on the planet, some of you might have been able to feel that, a little pressure on your crown chakra or certain spots in your head, or you might have a heart palpitations, or feel like you got high blood pressure, or you're anxious, or you're angry, out of nowhere, maybe uncharacteristic of yourself. And it's something a little off the wall. I mean, that I'm bringing up. And the examples that I brought up, I hope those get you to take a look. Don't get lost in the rabbit holes, because the thingamabobber there will take you right down one of those. But the biggest thing is, when these things come up, try to pay attention. Try to pay attention to how you're feeling and what you got going on, and hydrate. Drink more water. The cleaner kind of distilled water. Every now and again, distilled water. And pay attention. Just pay attention to how you feel. Because sometimes when, somebody makes connections with things and tries to figure out a way to share it through the social media, and hopefully it gets past the Google gatekeeper and the other gatekeepers, and you hackers. I'm trying to do some stuff and keep it on the down low, and I guess get blue checkmark authorized, verified, because there's somebody out there that really likes pretending to be me. And I'll tell you right now, I am the original me. I think. Allegedly. Anyhow, pay attention to how you feel, drink plenty of water, and go ahead and look at the NASA's site thing for solar activity. And, kind of look at how you felt. Kind of just, if you get to a point you're like, ah! And instead of a substance to help you get through that, and nothing against that, it's all legal, go for it. But if you are not, or you feel like you're a little off that day, or like today, take a look at it. Drink plenty of water, flush yourself out. Again, not an expert. Allegedly, these things may help you. And see how your demeanor, your attitude, your health lines up to that X-class solar flare, and when it started, how it progressed, peaked, and then starts to come back down. And it might help you understand certain things about yourself and how energy around us in the ether affects us as we move through some portals. It's better to thrive than to strive. And the only way to do that is to play more and work less. Safe travels, everybody. Peace.